Good morning, Shane.
Good morning, my cohort in chaos.
Oh gosh. So
Oh.
this is yeah, so before I say who are we? This has just been when we were sitting down trying to figure out what do we talk about this week? The hot topics
Mm.
like how can you not talk about what happened last weekend? But
Exactly.
so yeah, if you see me smile or laugh, it's just nervous laughter because it's just a mask to hide the pain. So who are we, Shane?
Man, who are we? We are two corporate seasoned veterans who are here to pass along the trauma that we've incurred in hopes that you don't have to, or at least you can laugh while you go through it.
Wow. Yep, that's who we are. So today we're gonna obviously we have hot topics, and then our main topic is
Obviously.
Glassdoor's hit list,
Mm.
the top 22 worst companies to work for.
The worst of the worst.
Yes, the worst of the worst. Before we started rolling, I was like Shane always has different shirts. So today's shirt is what?
Queen and Slim.
Yeah,
We had a little back and forth. She
yeah,
didn't like the movie.
terrible movie.
I liked the movie. I thought it was
Terrible.
a
It was
great little love
terrible.
story.
They had no chemistry.
They had
No
great
chemistry.
chemistry. Daniel
No,
Kaluuya is that
none.
dude.
Yeah, well, that's your
I'm a little
wife's
jealous of
dude,
Daniel because my wife definitely has a
right?
hard
That's
crush
your
on Daniel
wife's
Kaluuya.
dude. But
Yeah, that's my
no,
wife's dude.
and I don't know how. Never mind. I don't know how I feel about her. She seems like she's always doing a little bit too much. That actress, like not as an actress, but
Mm,
maybe. But actually,
yeah.
was she acting? Because she seems like she has a little bit of an attitude. But I don't know. I don't know.
That's a whole nother topic
Yeah, it is
that
though.
I
All
can
right.
dive into.
So, oh gosh, this is. I hate talking about this. So, all right. So on Saturday, there was a mass shooting. Well, there were two mass shootings last weekend.
There were
In Buffalo.
almost three.
Yeah, you said the third one. Okay, so
Wasn't Buffalo as
it was
well?
Buffalo. Okay. So what we know, 18-year-old Peyton Gendron drove over 2 hours to Buffalo to the Kingsley neighborhood, which is a majority black neighborhood. Went into a grocery store, Tops, and killed 10 people, injured three.
Facts.
He had a manifesto describing himself as a white supremacist and voiced support of the Great Replacement conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
He wore body armor, military grade helmet, and carried a Bushman XM15 rifle and had a head mounted camera. And that's how he live streamed it on Twitch. Okay, fun fact, not fun. So yesterday I was talking to my mom about it. We're just saying how awful it is. We're talking about the granddad who's going to the store. The father of six who's a granddad going to get his 3-year-old grandson's cake. The mom stops by to get strawberries to make strawberry shortcake. Just all the things, reason why you should go to the grocery store. I personally do not like the grocery store, and try never to go in there. But anyway, so Jackson says after I hang up with my mom, oh no, even before I'm still on the phone because he likes to talk. Yeah, and he said, did you see the video? And I said, no, what video? He's like, there's video. I said, there's no video. And he said,
There's video. Yeah.
and I didn't know that there was a video that he could see, right? So he said, I saw it on Twitch. I said, you saw it? He's like, yeah. I said, so when somebody goes to record something on Twitch, do you get a notification? He said, well, if it's getting a lot of views, then it pops up. And he saw the whole. I don't know
Wait,
how
he
these
saw the
kids.
whole video?
I don't know how these kids are built, but he watched the whole video, and that's Arrow call me, and said he said sorry to a white person.
Yeah, I saw that
Like
part.
yeah,
I've seen clips of the video.
he saw
I've
the
seen
video.
him driving. I seen him pull up to the store. I saw him make his first kill.
Yeah.
Then I saw the apology, but I didn't see like the other kills that happened
Jackson
inside the grocery store.
said that because my mom was like, you know what? First of all, she's not critiquing, but she was saying about the security guard. Don't they aim for the head? I was like, we was a trained retired police officer, so I don't think that's in their training to aim for the head. But
Now aim for the chest, center mass,
yeah,
more
right.
organs. Yeah.
And she said, well, then she said in California, they charge the person, somebody, someone's going to die, but if you charge the person. And I was like, well, yeah, if you charge the person, someone's certainly going to die. But anyway, Jackson said, always run, try to find a place. He said, do not play dead because this dude checked everybody.
It makes sense to me. That's look, right? Quick note. So one, anyone who knows Shane knows that Shane is never not without his firearm. No matter where I am, I stay strapped. And people are like, "Well, you always got your pistol with you because of shit like this, right? Grocery shopping, church service, all these things. people are psycho these days. People have
Mm-hmm.
issues, and
Yeah.
a lot of times we try to diagnose like look at this guy, he's off, whatever the case may be. But like in case good project management, uh, the U.S. has failed to be good project managers and actually diagnose the true issue. Right, the true
Mm-hmm.
issue is not this one person issue. The true issue is like what's the cause of all this. And here's a little known fact about good old New York. New York was once the epicenter of the slave trade, bef-
I did not know that.
only rivaled by Charleston, South Carolina. New York once housed the second most concentration of slaves outside of Charleston, South Carolina. Now, New York was also the first state to completely abolish slavery. But it's
Okay.
like, if you're all the way on this side, it's like you trying to balance it out. But yeah, for more than 2 centuries. So the slave trade lasted 400 years. For 200 of those 400 years, New York City was the center, the epicenter of the slave
Wow.
trade. And that's why you have things like Seneca Village that's popped up in the last decade or so. People are realizing that before there was Central Park, Seneca Village, that same area of
Mm-hmm.
Central Park, was a African American community
Yep.
that the New York took city domain over, wiped out, covered up, and built Central Park on top of Seneca Village that was once there. That's why they're discovering all these massive African American grave
Great.
sites
Yep.
and stuff like that. So yeah, so we need to be good project manager, start diagnosing the root cause of all these issues in America, not just what we're seeing on the TV, because those are not. This 18-year-old is not the
No.
center of it,
This.
right? Because not only was him, but then the next day, you had another shooter attempt to go shoot up a black church in Buffalo as well. And that was only stopped because there was security there, because the mayor, who's black, was
Mm-hmm.
at that church. And their security stopped that person from shooting up that church as well. So
And how old was that person? What do we know
they,
about
they,
that
they haven't even
person?
released the identity. I mean, they haven't released any information
So
about
the
that person.
person came, was in front of the church, and they saw this
Not a
person.
person came in church. There's actually video of the pastor seeing the person come in church, and you can hear security tackling and like going after the person or
Oh
whatever
wow.
when they came in or whatever. So there's that.
So
So
here's an interesting. Well, this here, yeah, yeah. Talk about the line of communication and things just being broken down. If yeah, if we were a company, we would be on the 22 worst companies to work for.
bro,
So apparently, you saw him. You shot 4 in the parking lot, killed 3, entered the store, shot 8, and killed 3 more. Or my numbers aren't right. He killed 10 total, and I
10
think
total,
wounded
3
and wounded 3. Yeah, he yelled racial slurs. The hero police officer, retired police officer, security guard Aaron Salter Jr., shot at him, but because of the body armor, it didn't
Mm-hmm.
stop him. Peyton returned fire. He killed him. Um, so he bought the rifle months after the police ordered a psych eval.
Mm.
The gun was bought this year. A background check was run. I mean, he was taken into police custody by the New York State Police for making a. I guess he was a. What was he making a threat about a shooting? Why wouldn't that show up on his background check?
Loops in the system, right?
I know, but you get detained by
There
the
should be some way
state
to flag
police
you,
in New
right?
York. It wasn't like it happened in some other state. In his state, and yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's
then,
just
not to be outdone, the next day. So there actually, so there was. So you're saying this
two
the
in New
one.
York and then the one in Cali.
Yeah, so one in Southern California on Sunday. David Chow, 68 from Las Vegas, drove to Southern California to a Taiwanese church, and he opened fire. I guess he kind of like stalked these people, from what I
Right.
heard. He killed 1, injured 5. He's Chinese, and he was motivated by hate for the Taiwanese people. Apparently, there's some political tension going on. Not apparently,
Yeah.
but
This
there's some
Asian
political
on Asian
tension
violence
between.
has got to stop.
No, I will not laugh. Between China and Taiwan. Anyway, there have been 199 mass shootings in the 19 weeks of this year. So far, I mean, we are the most, uh,
America loves its guns.
we love our guns, but
We love
we
our
love our
guns.
guns,
We
love our
love our
guns.
guns.
So since we said the shooters' names, I guess we're supposed to say alleged or whatever. But
No, it's not alleged.
so
I'm not doing that.
Roberta Drury, 32, Margus Morrison, 52, Andre McNeil, 53, Aaron Salter, 55, Geraldine Talley, 62, Celestine um, Cheney, 65, Haywood Patterson, 67, Catherine Massey, 72, Pearl Young, 77, Ruth Woodfield, 86, and Dr. John Chang, 53.
Yeah, RP.
Yes.
Man, so yeah, that's tough, you know.
Yeah. That's tough.
We just hope that
Do we, well,
more people get
hope,
more guns.
Hope is not a strategy.
Yeah, no. I'm an advocate of everyone get guns in that way.
It's an equalizer?
It's an equalizer. That's my thought process. Because,
but is it though? I mean, you got to be trained, right? Because
yeah,
you can't have somebody taking your gun or you.
Even in the Wild Wild West, I think we got to take it back to the Wild Wild. Well, I mean, they're trying to. Look at Texas, Georgia. You know, everyone can carry guns in those states now without any sort of
yeah, but sometimes they don't.
License.
There was something in Texas where there was a mass at a church. There was something at a church, remember? And
yeah, but even
armed,
after the church, though, some like a random citizen shot the dude outside the church because they had their.
Was it a random? Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I knew there was something. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's like when you get in an argument with your spouse, and you know
that never happens. Spouse, I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Like there's always that line where you and your spouse don't quite cross because you both know there's like. You both got that nuclear card in your back pocket.
You got that button.
Yeah, you got that button where you like you can fuck you will like, ruin your marriage. Exactly. You can ruin your marriage. So you
blow that
don't
shit up.
Quite cross that line. Yes. So I feel like if everyone has guns, like it'll be like, okay, there's that line where it's like, okay.
Yeah, but will we be doing duels like Raymond Burr and Alexander
random?
Hamilton?
Like I don't know. It didn't make national news, but here in Raleigh that happened last week.
There was a duel.
Yeah, so apparently someone driving a dump truck, a man driving a dump truck ran the light. Well, took the light, as it turned red. So he didn't quite run it, but it was like yellow turning red. He took the light. Okay. There was another gentleman who was driving a nice little Audi. He did not appreciate the fact that how closely the guy in the dump truck took the light. And so he continued to follow the guy in the dump truck.
Okay.
He followed him till the guy in the dump truck pulled off to start. The Audi guy pulled out, walked up to the guy with his gun.
Excuse me.
And then he like yelled, and then the guy in the dump truck, the Audi guy, walked back to his car. The guy in the dump truck pulled out his gun and walked.
Because of course a guy in a dump truck has a gun. Like, come on.
It's the South. Everybody got guns down here. And so he started shooting at the guy in the Audi. Guy in the Audi. They had a shootout right there, right there on the side of the road.
Did anybody get hurt?
The guy from the dump truck got shot in his leg. The guy in the Audi, his car just got shut up. He got like scraped with glass.
So who was arrested?
The guy in the dump truck was arrested.
Because he opened fire?
Well, I mean, you told me we don't want to.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So the guy in the dump truck got arrested.
Okay.
And the guy in the Audi did not get arrested. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
And so,
all right.
In other random news, not even random. So Trish was like, hey, let's talk about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Now, of course, I've seen this all over the timeline, but I was never quite aware of what the fuck all the fuss is about, right? I just see these two fucking people on my timeline. Somebody shitting in beds.
Oh my gosh. She said it was her dog.
What is going on? So I've asked Trish to please give us a quick synopsis of why the fuck do we even care about what's going on?
I don't know that we do care. Johnny Depp just seems like such an empathetic character on the stand. I don't know. You just go back to your 21 Jump Street.
You can't believe anything. They're both actors.
I know.
I believe nothing I see in these timelines because they're both highly paid, highly trained actors.
Yes.
So everything you see is fake. She's
a terrible actress, though. I mean, if
she's acting on the stand.
Yeah, this trial, she's been a terrible.
She's losing jobs.
She's been a terrible. Nobody is buying that. Nobody's buying what she's selling. But anyway, so it's a defamation trial. Apparently, she has accused him of beating her. He's lost roles. He lost Jack. What is it? Jack Black?
Jack Sparrow?
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Black is a person.
Yeah, I know. I love Jack Black, too. I love Jack Black. I'm sorry. He's so funny. I finally watched that movie he was in where he was a music teacher, where he wasn't a music teacher.
School of Rock.
I just watched that last year.
That shit is hilarious.
It was hilarious. I don't
hilarious.
know why
And
it took me so long.
hey, Nacho Libre too. Funny. Never
What's
watched Nacho Libre?
no?
Oh my gosh, where he like goes to Mexico and he's like in like a priest, like a monastery priest type setup, and he
Uh
becomes a wrestler. That shit is hilarious,
huh.
man.
That sounds funny. All right, I love Jack Black. He's funny, hilarious. All right, so anyway, so he decides, you know what, I'm gonna sue her.
Hmm.
So this trial has been going on longer
Okay.
than OJ trial. I mean, my gosh,
Yeah.
it's just going on forever. And so some of the fun parts, I guess. So you saw this part, the clip where she's on the stand and she has the tissue and she look it looks like she does a
Yo,
bump.
how do you know the level of arrogance and privilege that you feel you have to not only bring coke to court,
Allegedly.
to allegedly bring coke to court, but to actually do the coke
What
in
and did
court?
or she just wasn't taught how to use a tissue and to
Nah,
wipe her nose properly. I'm just because
bro.
that was
That's
very.
like
I have a tissue here,
watching.
but yeah,
That's like the video I saw of the Kardashian chick trying to cut the cucumber. It was the most
she
awkward
couldn't
thing,
cut it.
bro. Like I was worried about her fingers because the mom was like, "Hey, let me get the chef to do it." She's like, "No, I can make myself a
Get
salad."
the chef to do it.
And she was like, "I can make myself a salad. I'm gonna go ahead and cut." And it was the most awkward
She
thing.
didn't know how to
She didn't
cut
know how to cut a cucumber
because of her mother.
because of the life that they lived. She just didn't know how to cut it. She
Because
never had to cut a cucumber.
that is interesting. Okay, well,
Yeah, so if Amber Heard didn't know how to use a tissue, that means she has people blowing her nose, or she
oh,
just had coke in
maybe,
the tissue to
maybe she did a little bump.
in the courtroom
She's like R. Kelly, nothing wrong, little bump.
with a little bump. There we go.
So allegedly, again, he's had his a drinking problem allegedly.
Johnny liked to
And
drink.
yeah, so
Oh, Johnny
well, I
liked to
mean,
drink.
he did own the Viper Room, right?
I don't
That
know what
was
that
the
is.
okay. So remember River Phoenix?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, he died outside the Viper Room.
And that was
That
Johnny's
doesn't
spot.
mean that was Johnny's spot. He got he did drugs and then died outside. Doesn't mean that I'm not saying that Johnny gave him the drugs or anything, but
But it happened there.
Johnny has liked to party in the past. But
Okay.
hey,
We all
therefore the
changed.
grace of God go us all.
Look
Yeah,
at
we all
Robert Downey
changed.
Jr.
Anyway. Oh yeah, absolutely. Love him. So and we all have our struggles. So but anyway, I guess they were in Australia, they were filming, and she threw a vodka bottle. He was drinking. She was pissed off. She threw a vodka bottle at him and cut off the top of his finger.
What? So he's lost. He's lost
Lost the tip of his
limbs.
yeah.
He's lost the tip of a limb in this
Yeah.
relationship. That's some toxic
She
ass shit.
also she had something in that water bottle. Did you see that clip
Mm-mm.
where they're in court, but they're breaking or something, and she like the bailiff goes by and she has her bottle and she puts the cap on real quick.
Oh, because she didn't want him to smell it.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I don't know. I don't know.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I'm ready for this to be over. So I know that he lost the role of Jack Sparrow and lost what? I mean, a
Millions
lot.
and millions
Yeah,
of
yeah, a
dollars.
lot of money.
I didn't realize that's
Um,
why he lost that role.
I didn't
That's
know he
crazy.
lost it. I didn't know he lost it, but so I guess Dior was the only, you know,
Yeah, because
company that's
he's the
these are
ambassador
yeah.
for my Sauvage. Nah, shout out to Sauvage. It's a great cologne. Everyone wears it now. But listen, I was wearing Sauvage when the shit first came out, when the bottle was like $190.
How much is it now?
Month it came out, it's like $100 now or whatever, right? When it
okay.
first came out, because look, I go to my smell good stores and I'm like, what's the
Your
latest cologne you have out?
Is that what they're called? Smell good.
I'm not gonna say names. I go to different ones.
Okay, all right.
What's the latest cologne you have out? I don't want what's been out in the last month, 2 months, because colognes don't come out regularly like everything else. And so I was wearing Sauvage when it first came out, and now that everyone else is wearing it, I've stopped. Wearing Sauvage. Yeah,
Okay,
because
now
I don't
it's
like
not cool
smelling like
anymore.
other people. I have a severe cologne problem.
Well, what if everybody smells good though? I mean,
no, I want to smell better.
Oh, it's a competition. Okay.
Oh, most definitely. When you smell me, and you ever
You
smell my
want
scent
to have
again,
a signature spell.
Exactly.
You want a signature
like
spell.
yeah,
Okay.
like my scent. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wear
Okay.
cologne every day.
I like Calyx. I have been wearing prescriptives. Calyx. We wore it all. My girlfriends and I all wore it in the 90s, and I found it at like 2015. I think I found it on Amazon. Just was doing a random search, and I have been wearing it ever since. I mean, I wear Joe Malone in between that.
Yeah.
But Calyx every day. And actually, Errol asked me if I wanted some more for Mother's Day. I said yes, and I didn't get any. And
she
so
kept it.
I said to her, Ariel, I said the other day, what happened to my perfume? Oh, I told Dad, I told Jay. I'm like, you have money when you want to buy some random, t-shirt with holes in it for $80. I see you use your green light card. You could have bought my perfume. So I'm
Yeah,
almost out.
that's like me with Alfred Sung He, Hei. I
Oh,
first when my best friend and I first smelled it when we went to Jiho. For those who don't know what
mm.
Jiho is,
What's
Jiho is
Geo?
is North Carolina A&T's homecoming. North
Oh,
Carolina A&T has like one of the biggest HBCU homecomings ever, and it's called Jiho. So when
okay.
I was in college, my freshman year in college, we went to Jiho,
Hmm.
and we are in the mall. And Greensboro Mall is huge, 3 stories
It
mall,
is
and
okay.
yeah, and we were at the cologne counter and asked him about new cologne. And the lady was like, "Oh, here's this cologne, Alfred Sung He." I sprayed it on, and as I sprayed it on, there was like a group of like women,
Hmm.
not even like like college girls, just like women. And
Yeah, you
they
said
walked
women.
past, and they were like, "Oh my god, who smells so good?" We bought 2 bottles at that moment, and I have worn Alfred Sung He. Now, Alfred Sung He is now my house cologne. So I have house cologne that way just around the house. And so that is now my house cologne. And
You have
I
a
wear
cologne
it
you wear
every.
around the
Oh,
house.
I have cologne that I wear around the house. I have cologne that I wear when I work out. Even though I work out in my garage, I literally have workout cologne, house cologne.
Okay,
And then I have like day
you're
cologne,
out.
night cologne. I have like summer cologne, winter cologne. I
Really? I
literally
have
have
I have two or three, but
I
I
have
I just wear the same one all the time.
I have like 11 bottles of cologne.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow. No, I
I
do not. I
yeah.
was
I'm
now my
obsessed.
my sister Lori, she has every scent. She and my sister Gina probably have every perfume known to man. And they don't just buy the perfume. They buy the lotion, they buy
And
the
the body
oil,
spray.
they
You
buy the
have to
soap,
layer it. You have
they
to layer the
layer.
scent. Shout out to my
Mhm.
cousin Via. When she taught me whatever scent you wear, you layer your scent. So
Yep.
shea, I have a shea butter vanilla body wash that I use,
That smells good. That sounds like it
and
smells good.
then I use a vanilla body spray
My mother
afterwards.
hates the smell of vanilla, just so you
And
know.
then I put on the cologne on top of it, and I smell immaculate
You
all
smell
the
like
time.
cookies.
I
Now,
smell
if you ever meet
amazing.
if you ever meet my mom, or when you meet my mom, do not wear vanilla. She used to threaten to put me out the car, like back in the 90s like early 90s when vanilla was like the scent. I would wear it. She's like, "You smell like cookies," and she's like, "You wear that vanilla and one more time when you come to my house, I'm gonna put you out." She
That's
threatened to
funny.
put me out the car once because I'm like, vanilla smells good."
Your mama loved the way I smell. All women do.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take your word for it. So I don't know when I don't know when this trial. I don't know when it's going to end. Um, and I think that if it was a contest of who's the better actor, it's clearly Johnny.
Yeah.
And so now I don't condone beating women,
Or beating men.
violence. Yeah, I don't condone violence of any type. So, it sounds like too. They were not
They're
compatible.
toxic. They're
Yeah, they're
toxic. They're a
yeah.
toxic
So yeah,
relationship.
right. Bad. Yeah, bad partners.
Bad
That's
partnerships.
evidence of getting into a bad partnership. It's like
And it
knowing.
applies all the way. Like if you get into
Yeah.
a bad partnership, even when you're at work, it makes your projects, you can't get your projects done because
Yeah.
this person isn't responding to emails. This person isn't doing their part of the project. This person is half-assing their part of the project. And
Yep.
now your shit looks kind of crazy.
I'll
And
give you two right there for
yeah,
two for that.
well, there we go. And so it's causing you to lose money because management's looking at you like you guys can't get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Your performance-based bonuses are now impacted because of the lack of execution on these projects because of the partnerships you have. So choose your partners wisely
Yep.
when you're dealing with this stuff, right? That's very
Yeah.
important.
Yep, absolutely. And it's like hurting, it's literally, no pun intended, like hurting cats. So
That's funny.
when you have yeah, you don't know what's going on in that person's mind behind this, you know what I mean? What's going on behind the scenes, you know. I remember I interviewed somebody who works as a chief of staff, and I was like just, trying to get her to tell me about her position in like the hardest part of her role. And she was like managing up
Mm.
and managing people who were, project managing people who were bitter that her boss was the one that got the VP role.
Ooh.
So some of the things aren't, it's not even about you. Like when people, I think,
Mm.
especially at work, are the angriest or like snap out, it has nothing to do. with you 9 times
Gotta
out of 10.
identify the root cause.
Yeah.
Efficiency improvement. Get your PMP certification so you can understand what's the root cause. Where's my
Hmm.
Sigma black belts at to help figure out this Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing?
I know. That's all we need to hear from. Yeah, people need. Yeah, yeah. That's yeah. So anyway, all right. So do we have anything else? Any other hot topics?
No, I mean hot topics. No, nothing else that
Okay.
is worth going down this rabbit hole that we go down.
Yeah. But you know what? I will go back to that Twitch video thing. Man,
Hmm.
these kids, the stuff that these kids are, and you want to talk about, I don't want to get political, but critical race theory, but they can watch somebody live
Oh
stream.
yes.
Like, that's not healthy. That's not healthy at all. I don't know, between the pandemic and homeschooling and seeing people get shot in video games. I mean, not in video games in real life. I mean, or
I think that so.
I
There's
don't
two
know.
things. One,
Oh, what's that? Is that
Airbnb, the
your? Is that?
Airbnb CEO. Oh man, yeah, I hurt myself. I
Oh,
didn't hurt myself. But I hurt
putting
my
cologne on.
wrist. Ah! No,
Which bottle do I get?
lifting weights. Kind
Oh,
of hurt my wrist doing that. But
okay.
Airbnb, their
Oh,
CEO has come out and made it a proclamation that they will not they will not be coming back to work at all. That they will
oh,
officially be 100%
virtual.
virtual, working from home,
Okay,
and they will not lower salaries if you move to a different area, which is huge, right?
it
Because a lot of
is.
companies be like, oh, if you live on the West Coast, you move to the East Coast, you're gonna get a lower salary. Nah,
Gilead did that. They certainly did.
I know
I'm sorry. I
plenty.
know somebody who took a position and moved to to Foster City, right?
Hmm.
And then didn't get a pay raise, and then they let her do her job, go back to the New York City area where she was from, and
Yes.
should take a pay cut.
Yeah. Now Airbnb says they will not do that. No matter where you move to, you will keep your same salary, whatever salary you had, you're gonna keep it. So that's cool, right? That's huge, right? So Airbnb is definitely looking like one of those companies to work for.
Yeah.
Um,
So that brings us to the 22 worst.
yes.
So you still got your water in there? You didn't notice my Game of
Today.
Thrones? You didn't notice my Game of Thrones cup?
Oh, is that what that is, man? So
Hmm.
shout out to Trish, who was telling me about Game of Thrones for a long time, and
I
I
did.
wasn't. Yeah, you were,
Okay.
and I wasn't paying attention to it. I was like, whatever. And then, my wife was like, "Negro, you need to look at Game of Thrones." And I was like, I don't want to look at it because everyone else is looking at it,
That's how I was in the
and
beginning. It took me years. It took me seven
I'm
years.
not. I refuse to look at it because everyone else is
Hmm.
doing it.
Yep.
And then I decided to look at Game of Thrones, and Lord have
Did
mercy,
it change your life? It changed my
I
life.
binged that motherfucker so hard. It
So-
was it was everything that I didn't know I wanted.
yes.
And
The guy stopped by yesterday from Amnesty International, just collecting signatures and
yeah.
getting people to they're working on this gun legislation stuff, and I'm already to donate, but he just updated some information, and my mat doormat says bend the knee.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
like house. It says House of Moncure, bend the knee.
That's awesome. I have like a big wooden sign in front of my door
Hmm.
that says IKYFL.
What's
And it's
that?
like the size, it's like the length of my door, right? So
It
and it's just
is.
those letters, yeah. So it's
What's that
huge.
mean?
And it says, I know you fucking lying. And this is popping up here, right? Because I don't like people just popping up in my house. And so it's like it says
Okay, my friend
so
Sterling needs that.
it says
Sterling.
IKYFL. And then it says two eyes and it says popping up here at the bottom. And it says, I know you fucking lying popping up. And listen, it was such a big stir that people from the neighborhood when we first got it would drive by our house and you could see it
Just
on the
take
ring cam
pictures.
to take pictures. And they'd be like, there was like a whole thing going on. I was like, what does that mean? And then finally, like we had like a big like thing, like a party at the pool house.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, can you please tell us what that means? And we was like, okay. It stands for I know you fucking lying
That
popping
is
up
so,
here.
okay. I have $1. I'm just gonna put a
There
dollar.
you go. Put
Okay,
the whole thing in there.
that
There
is
you go.
so funny.
So the top companies to not work for, right? So here's something interesting that I found on Glassdoor while trying to do this.
Okay.
Glassdoor has so many different articles about
Mm-hmm.
best companies, biggest
Okay.
ratings. They promote that heavy,
Mm-hmm.
but it. I literally had to use all of my sourcing skills and research skills to find the list of worst companies to work for.
Really? I wonder why that is.
I
Why do
don't
they
know.
hide
Like
it?
they don't want. I guess they want to keep it. They want to keep it Gucci with
Positive?
everybody. Yeah. So they don't want to
Oh.
really talk about who has the lower ratings, who has the bad
Oh,
ratings.
okay.
Oh, but if you
So I'm paraphrasing. It's not called, it's not necessarily a hit list. You had to find this based on ratings.
yeah, so Glassdoor
Okay.
ratings. So these are the
All
companies with
right,
the
sorry.
worst Glassdoor ratings, right? So
The
there's
okay.
22 of them. We're just gonna do the
Okay.
top 10. Right?
Okay.
We'll do the top 10.
All right.
Um, you know what? We'll just
What?
name off the top. I'll name off the top from 15 to 10. Then we can
Okay.
actually talk shit about the 10 top
Okay.
10. All right, so the number
But
15
we would
worst.
still like to have them as sponsors. We'll just say that.
Exactly. If you want to get your name right, right?
You're right.
So the
Come
15
on and set the
number
record straight.
15, exactly. Number 15 store to not work for. They have
Okay.
a 2.9%, 2.9
And this
rating on
is out of
Glassdoor
10.
out of 10. And the
Okay.
2.9 rating, no, on Glassdoor, you go up to 5.
Oh,
5
okay.
stars on Glassdoor.
Okay, 5 stars.
And so they have a 2.9 rating. GameStop. For those who don't
GameStop.
know, GameStop is where you go to buy, trade, or sell your video games.
And why Jason and I, my husband, walked by a GameStop a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "How do they even make money? The kids all download their games now. So who goes in there? Who still
Well, I
buys
mean,
games?
you can download games for the most part, but
My
a lot of
kids
people still
only
buy games.
My kids only once that became a thing. That's all they do.
Yeah, my kids have the Game Pass on Xbox where we pay like $20
Yeah,
a month and they get access to all the games and all that shit. So yeah.
yeah.
Number 14 is Suncor Energy in the US. They also have a
Okay,
2.9 rating. Suncor Energy operates out of Colorado, Wyoming, and New Jersey. They're
okay.
a energy company. Then you have Rest Care. They prefer
Rest
care
care.
services. Yeah. So they have a 2.8 rating. They're supposed to provide help for people with developmental and mental disabilities. I need not the company that's giving help to people with disabilities to have a 2.8 rating. Like, I need you to be a 5-star company because that's some bullshit. Um, Number 12, here's a surprising one. Number 12 surprised me a lot. Dyson. Dyson has a
Well,
2.8 rating.
why? What are they? What's the most
Uh,
egregious thing they've done to their employees?
The employees of Glassdoor criticized the company's chaotic management.
Hmm. Well, my Dyson vacuum stopped working.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you that the Dyson, we
It's
have
still hanging
had
on the
2
wall.
Dysons. Yeah, they look so good, but
They do look good.
they look great.
They
They
look
look
good,
fucking
but
great.
yeah. I mean, I'm
Number
not going to say
11,
they're bad, but mine was bad.
yeah,
So,
Number 11 was CompuCom.
CompuCom. Okay.
CompuCom, 2.8 rating on Glassdoor. Of course, they
Excuse
provide
me.
IT services. Now let's get into some number 10 should not surprise us
Okay.
because of how it looks when you go in there. Dollar General. Dollar
Okay.
General has a
Is it
2.8 rating.
is so there's Dollars General and there's Dollar Store.
There's Dollar General, and then there's
Which one
Family
has all the
Dollar.
green? Family Dollar. Which one has all the green? Family
Dollar Tree.
Dollar. There's Dollar Tree. Okay,
Yeah, there's
sorry.
Dollar
Not to be
General, Family
confused.
Dollar, Dollar Tree.
Okay, all right. Now
Right.
one of them is in the North Cab Mall and sells off-brand watermelon Twizzlers that are the
Hey,
bomb. That's
is
all
it
I will
green?
say.
Is it that's Dollar
That's the
Tree?
green. That's
Yeah,
Dollar
that's
Tree.
Dollar
That's
Tree.
Dollar Tree.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Dollar General
No.
or General whatever.
Now, Family
But
Dollar
also,
and Dollar Tree recently combined. They recently merged. So
oh, they did.
a lot of people don't know that. So
Okay.
they're now the same company, but
Okay.
they still operate, as Dollar
Separately,
Tree and Family Dollar.
like Marshalls and TJ Maxx and all that stuff.
And Ross.
And
Yeah, and all
Ross.
that.
Okay.
So yeah, so Dollar General has a
Not Ross.
2.8
Is it
rating.
Ross or is it
I thought Ross, Marshalls, and TJ Maxx are all kind of the same store.
Home Good? I know Home Goods is.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry,
So
I digress.
their main complaint is work-life balance is sucky,
Okay.
and minimum wage is absolutely horrible.
They only pay minimum wage,
Yep, the average associate at Dollar General makes $22,000 a year.
and they haven't gone up with the pandemic like these other
Nope.
retailers and
And so
stores have.
if you're a manager though, hey, you can make $47,000 a year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly. Now, number 9, coming in right behind them with another 2.8 rating on Glassdoor, is Family Dollar.
Okay.
Family Dollar, not to be outdone by Dollar General, is here for the shitty ratings. Now,
Here's
again, their
another
complaint.
dollar. Here's this is a dollar coin. So he's got 4. You got 3 more
I got 3 more out of that
in
one. All
that
right. So
one.
their complaint for that one is again same thing. There's not enough staff, too many hours for so little people. And my
Okay.
son actually asked me that yesterday. So my kids are spoiled in a sense, right? After
Oh
they do
yeah.
their little workout activities, whatever, they get whatever they want to eat after
Okay.
their activities. And so
Hmm.
usually my kids are simple. They like fast food, and so but they're
And I'm sure
vegetarian.
they don't get it often, right?
Yeah,
Because your
no, they're
wife's
vegetarian and vegan.
vegan.
So there's no not too many places they go to. So Burger King,
Yeah.
because they offer the Impossible Whopper,
Is
is one place
that
they go
good?
to. Oh man, it tastes just like the Whopper. It is really good.
But is
It
that good? Like, are Whoppers good?
Yes, I love the Whopper.
Actually, I did used to like a junior Whopper.
Right.
Like every years ago, I would get a junior Whopper and some onion rings in it. I don't think they did Coke; they do Pepsi. So, but
I'm
it
sure
would,
somebody does Coke inside Burger King.
yeah. Okay.
But
Anyway, sorry.
no, and so we noticed that lately you can't go inside these restaurants, and my son was like, "Well, why can't we go inside anymore?"
Well, but
And
yeah,
I'm like,
because
"Because
of
they don't
COVID.
they don't have enough staff because
Oh,
everyone's quitting because of low pay
okay.
because they're realizing that you can stay at home and get one of these virtual jobs working from
Mhm.
home." And make twice as much money as they're making going inside a fast food restaurant. You know,
American Airlines, I saw
American
the other
Airlines,
day,
yo,
is hiring
American
virtual.
Airlines.
Yeah,
Listen, and you get to fly for
American.
free, people. Y'all
Yes.
don't get it. My wife worked for American Airlines for a brief moment. Like she's a
Uh-huh.
stay-at-home mom. Shout out to her for all that she does.
She ain't. Yeah, she's a
But
stay-at-home teacher.
yeah, yeah. We homeschool our 4 kids.
Right.
She homeschools our 4 kids. But for like a brief moment, when we were very early in our marriage, I think we only had like 1 or 2 kids at the time. She's
Uh-huh.
like, "Oh, I want to work at American Airlines because one of her homegirls worked there."
Okay.
And so that lasted about like a month and a half because my wife does not like people, and so she quit that bitch real quick because some of y'all customers are ignorant as fuck. But in that time
That was the
there,
3. That okay.
in
Okay.
that time there, they were like on some really Hollywood shit. Like Trish,
Oh, praise.
they flew to Chicago to go get some pizza
Uh-huh.
and then came back the same day. Why? Because it's free and they could do it. Like
Yeah,
so,
the caveat, I worked for US Airways for 10 years and my mom worked for them for 30. So I flew for free my entire life until like 30 something,
yeah.
right? And I'm still on her pass, but I
Oh,
tell her I
awesome.
am not flying standby anywhere because it could be tough. So there, I
Yeah.
mean, there's nothing like getting taken out, like, oh, sorry, we put you on the plane. We're bumping you. Somebody else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now they
yeah,
flew at like some random time. It was like
yeah, you
middle
had
of
to
the
be
week, and so like there was like wasn't a lot of people on the flight. But anyway, so shout out to American Airlines people. If
right.
you tired of fast
Great
food,
benefits too, I
exactly
hear.
the
Like
benefits are
great,
crazy. So
great healthcare
go
benefits.
forget
Yeah.
Family Dollar, forget Dollar
401k, all
General,
that stuff. Yeah.
go work for a company that can actually give you something. Now number 8
Yeah.
coming up on the list is surprising because I always like the stores. The stores look really nice,
Uh-huh.
always well kept. People are always nice when you walk in there. Office Max. Office Max has a 2.8 rating
We
on
don't have any
Glassdoor.
Office Max. I don't know. I have the Office Max. I've actually thought they went out of business because the one that was not too far from my house closed years ago.
Ah,
And
okay.
so did the Office Depot. The Office Depot in Toco Hills closed. I went over there. I was like, it's gone.
Well, did
So
you know
it's
it apparently from 2013, Office Max and Office Depot merged.
okay. I thought so, and that's why
Hmm.
okay. I remember, and that's why the Office Max closed. But like I said, the Office Depot just closed too. I guess everybody's buying Amazon. Like,
I don't
is
know,
that where
yeah,
they're?
but
But
one of
anyway,
the
go ahead.
complaints is that uh, people call it. People say that they should be called office politics because the
Oh,
merger is still not yet going smoothly. Almost 10 years later, there's still issues with the
that is
merger.
insane.
Yes,
Okay,
so
that's a bad marriage, right?
that is a bad,
That's a
yeah.
bad marriage,
That's I'm not sure who was in charge of that merger, who was part of
right?
that implementation and transition plan,
Those are the
but
those are the kids. The merging. That's like the blending
they
of the
did not
family.
do that
Yeah,
well because 10 years
yeah.
later they're still having issues with the
They're
merger.
no Brady Bunch.
They're
Yeah.
nobody, yeah. And so number 7 is Conifer Health Solutions.
Okay.
They offer financial and clinical performance solutions to healthcare institutions
Okay.
by improving the quality and lowering costs. But yeah, so the employees there stress that there's very poor management and there's lack of communication. There's constant turnover because of the atmosphere and the very low pay.
Hmm.
Yeah, and says the office policies are insanely strict. So they're coming in at a 2.8 rating.
Okay.
Next, you have Regis. Regis
And they
is
have the office spaces, right?
Yeah, Regis is
Okay.
advertising and marketing. They're office space providers with more than
Yeah.
3,000 locations globally.
Okay.
So apparently, many of the locations have filed for bankruptcy over the last
Oh.
year,
Well, yeah,
and
because nobody was in the office.
nobody's going to the office
I
anymore.
think that I think that I know that I've been at the two companies I worked for. They were on the same floor. They were managed by Regis. So
Yep, 28% of employees say that they would only 28% of employees give positive feedback for them, and they're saying that it's poor management, and workers complain that their bosses are disorganized and unhelpful.
okay,
So the top five have the same kind of theme. You'll
the
see it
top
every day.
five
The top
lowest.
five worst companies
Okay,
ranked on Glassdoor.
okay.
So then you have
Not
CSX.
our opinion.
Not
This
our
is
opinion. Now you have to understand. Glassdoor is is a website that uses employees to rank and rate companies. So these are employees of these organizations telling us how they feel. And so CSX, number five, has a 2.7 rating. CSX is a rail transportation company,
hmm
and they hang out in the eastern United States and go up to Canada. They like to say that they're the best run railroad in North America, but the
hmm
employees say that shit is cap, and it is not. It is not at all true in any way, shape, or form.
Oh,
Only about a third of the employees would even recommend CSX to a friend, and only 1 out of 10 employees even approve of the work that their CEO is doing.
wow. Okay.
Yeah. Number four is Frontier Communication.
Oh,
Frontier
Frontier is
Communication,
still around.
Frontier is still around, and they're coming in at a strong 2.6 rating. Again, 2.6 out of 5 on Glassdoor.
hmm
They're a multi-billion-dollar telecommunications provider.
I can't believe they're still around.
One of the employees says that the bonuses that leadership was receiving were outrageous,
Oh,
and that they have applied to the IRS to defer some of the pension payments to the employees,
what?
while leadership is,
Making it
racking up on the
rain.
bonuses. Yeah, yep. So only 25% of their employees would ever recommend the company to work uh, for a friend. Number three
hmm
is again one of those troublesome where like this company should not be in the bottom three, right?
Okay.
It's U.S. Security Associates, also known as Allied Universal, also known as all those fucking trucks picking up money from banks and stores, right? They
Brinks,
have
like not Brinks, but
not Brinks, but
like a
Brinks' rival,
yeah.
Allied
Okay.
Universal.
All right.
And they have a 2.5 rating. I
Okay.
need not the people responsible for picking up money to have a shitty rating. I need your employees to be happy and go
So
lucky.
they're not stealing money.
So they're not stealing money, bro. Like they have a
Or setting
2.5.
it up like, hey, I'll be at the corner of Fifth and Park.
Listen, the joint says they rank poorly across all categories: low
Jeez.
pay, low opportunities for growth, poor culture, and poor management.
Okay.
The typical security officer only makes $12 an hour. Listen, I'm not sure why they're not
What?
getting robbed more, because I cannot work
Hey,
for a company and I'm picking up thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you only pay me $12 an hour.
and I'm not defending this money. Like I
I'm not
am
about to
not
put my life
defending
on the
this
line.
money.
Listen. I'm not saying that if you want to rob one of these people, you need to find somebody who works there and then pay them
No,
little money
please
to
don't.
influence them to
No, don't say
open
that.
the truck open. But I'm just
We are
saying
not saying that.
they are
We are
leaving
not
themselves
saying that.
susceptible.
We
They
are
are
not
twelve
saying
dollars an
that.
hour. Listen, I've literally $12 an hour, bro.
We're not doing
Sorry,
any baby driver around here.
bro. One of
Did
the
you ever
best
see that
stories.
movie?
Yeah, I love Baby Driver. He was kind
Yeah.
of deaf, and yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this one story years ago. This guy bought
Uh-huh.
a security uniform from a costume store,
We
right?
are not we're not condoning
Look, this
this.
was brilliantly. It was so brilliant because it was so simple, and you can tell it was simple because of how he got caught. But he literally just went to a costume
Oh, he
store,
got caught. All right.
bought a security like a Brinks or a Allied
Yeah.
uniform, put it on, walked into Walmart, and came there to pick up the money. They handed him over $500,000. Just handed
Okay.
him the money. He walked out, got away with. You know how he got caught, Trish? Because
How?
he left the uniform in the car, like the getaway car.
Okay.
They just took off the uniform, left the uniform in the getaway car, got in his car, drove away. Got away clean, but they found the
Okay.
car, they found the uniform, found hairs and all the shit in the uniform, and got caught
Uh,
that way.
I
It was
mean,
so brilliant
but he was
because
so
it was so
dumb.
simple.
He's so
But
smart, but he's so dumb.
yes, you realize at that point in time, he wasn't a brilliant mastermind. He was
Right.
just somebody who was very simple. And in this opportunity, the simplicity of his simpleness was perfect,
Yeah.
but it was too simple, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm surprised that doesn't happen more or whatever.
I'm glad it doesn't happen more. I don't want people to be injured. Even though wasn't that just a movie? Ambulance with
I
Jake
want to see
Gyllenhaal.
that. That's the
That
dude who was in Candyman. If you haven't seen the new
my
Candyman, that shit was great.
can
You didn't like
no.
it? You
I
didn't
don't
like
like
the
the
new Candyman?
I don't like the first one. So
The
I won't
second
watch the
one is
second
very
one.
much different from the first one.
It just makes me sad.
Listen, you need
Just
to
the
watch
whole
the second one.
premise. No, because then I want to say. Now, do you have to be in the mirror before you say it, or you just say it?
You got to be in the mirror when you say it.
Okay, well then, so I could say Candyman, Candyman, Candyman. No,
Yeah,
and I'm okay. All right,
right.
all right.
But after you watch
No, I'm joking.
after you watch the new one, you're gonna be like, oh, I see what they're doing. The new one
No.
the new one got some Jordan Peele sprinkle on it. He has nothing to do with it. But the new one
Is
has a
Jordan
Jordan Peele
Peele
sprinkle on because of how
esque?
the twist. Yeah, they do a lot.
Okay, well maybe I'll
They do a
watch it.
nice little twist
It
on it.
just
You're like,
makes me
oh
sad.
shit. Yeah, so new one's good.
Yeah, it just makes me sad. Okay,
Number 2 on the list is Norfolk Southern, another
that's a
railroad
railroad
company.
company. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now this company, talk about a fall from grace. In
Mm-hmm.
2021, it was listed in the Forbes top 100 list of the best employers.
What year?
In 2021. Wait, no,
What?
2020. In 2020, this was
2
listed as
years ago?
2 years ago. So 2020, this was listed as Forbes top 100 of the world's best employers. Now, again, Glassdoor list this is compiled from 2021, of course, because 2022 ain't over yet. But in 2021, now it's one of the worst ranked companies on Glassdoor.
Why?
Here, what it comes. So they say you have great pay, but it comes with a heavy price. The lifestyle is definitely not for everyone.
Okay.
Employees endure long hours and a horrible work-life balance. Only 19% of the employees approve of the CEO, and only 26% of the employees would recommend the company to another friend. So that tells you can't just pay people and expect it to make them happy.
Yep.
Right?
Nope.
I can't give you a huge paycheck, but then say you can never enjoy the paycheck because you always got to work.
Right.
Right? Like it doesn't work that way. Like
Right.
you have to give your employees work-life balance, and I think that's something that.
Well, and that's a two-way street. We have to give ourselves. We have to do that
Ooh.
as well because
Ooh.
we will think that we have to be Johnny on the spot 24/7, and we could die tomorrow and we will be replaced.
Facts. So shout out to this
No
new
matter who you
generation
are,
of workers,
so.
right? These new generations, yo, they do not care, bro. They'll be like, what? Nah, I'm not. I'm on vacation. They don't open their laptops on vacation. They don't check emails on vacation. It's the millennials and baby boomers and the old heads. We still try to work when we're on vacation. This new generation, when they log off, they log off, bro. You're not finding them. You're not tracking them down.
They are all thinking about how, like, does this make me happy? They are so in tune to what makes them happy.
Right. And I think that comes from seeing their parents work so much and their grandparents work so much. They're like, that's not going to be me. I'm going to do what I love. I'm going to make money, but I'm not going to kill myself while I'm doing it.
Yeah. I love when my kids walk in the office and what are you doing? Working.
Right, what?
Yesterday, Jay said, it's not good to just be in the house all day. I'm like, this is where my work is. Like,
not for this generation. They're like, nah, bro, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Well, that don't work.
Yep, they get it. Yeah. Hey, well, yeah. So shout out to the companies who have the synchronous holidays, who have the shutdowns. You know what I mean? Christmas, New Year's. Like
Grail is a biotech company, and one of their benefits is they offer unlimited FTO, so flexible time off. You literally have unlimited flexible time off.
So what's the most someone's ever taken?
I know there are employees who take off every Friday. They literally have every Friday off.
Oh, wow.
One employee take off Mondays. They do not work on Mondays at all.
Okay.
Whatever. Now, of course, it has to be approved by your leadership.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just don't do Fridays. They have 3-day weekends every week.
Well, I know I have a good friend of mine. She's a sister. She works at Merck, and I think at Merck in the summertime they have this thing on Fridays where there's like you're not supposed to have, I don't know if you're not supposed to have any meetings on
Okay.
Fridays, or they're supposed to stop at a certain time.
Mhm.
So but again, you've got to be good about in your, managing your time, I
Right.
think, so that you are not being afraid to take the time off. Like,
Yeah, I
because
mean,
people will
yeah,
say to do something, but if you're up to your eyeballs on work, then you're like,
yeah, you do a lot of work. You put your work in
yeah,
early, and so that way, come Friday, you can just be like, I'm good. I'm good on
yeah,
this. So the
yeah.
number one company that's
Okay.
ranked worst on Glassdoor with this amazing. Listen, number two is at 2.5 on the Glassdoor ranking. Number
Okay.
one is a 1.9. Like the drop, the drop between
1.9.
number two and number one is crazy. 1.9 rating is actually founded by our old Abe. This company was founded in 1862 by President Abraham Lincoln. This
Oh,
company goes by the name of Union Pacific. Union Pacific connects 2/3 of the U.S. by train,
that's
and
a
is the
road. Yeah.
and it's the only railroad that serves all 6 major Mexico gateways. Now, despite its pedigree and
Abe
its competitive
Lincoln
salary,
founded that.
Abe Lincoln founded it.
Oh
Abe
wow.
Lincoln, yeah.
But
I wonder
he was
who
an
is
attorney
this.
by trade, though.
Who's the descendants of Abe Lincoln that's still making money off of Union Pacific?
I
You know,
wonder.
because I'm.
Oh, did you watch that episode of Atlanta, the reparations
Oh,
one?
I'm caught up on Atlanta. Yo, we can do an Atlanta episode. Yo, listen. Shout out to Atlanta. Donald Glover is
Oh, he's a
he's
genius.
a genius.
He is a
Hilarious.
genius.
Like
He
Atlanta
is.
is so
When you watch the
funny.
credits, you see written by,
Yeah,
and
it's his show.
it's Donald Glover.
It's his
Like
little mind.
his mind is a scary place, a scary, wonderful
Let me ask you a question. Who has a
place.
scarier mind? Donald Glover or
Donald
Tyler
Glover.
Perry? Because
Oh,
Tyler Perry writes all of his shows too. Exactly. Like all these shows that are on BT Plus and BT are written,
I
produced,
know
directed by Tyler
he
Perry.
is so, and he's
So
very
whose
proud.
mind is weirder, Tyler Perry or Donald Glover? Tyler
Man.
Perry seems a little toxic to me because all these shows got a little toxic flair to them. Tyler Perry
He's
definitely
been
has more.
hurt. He's been hurt.
Tyler Perry's been hurt.
He's been
Somebody's
hurt.
hurt
Yeah.
Tyler
He
Perry.
is he's a villain. What is it? An origin story.
Yeah,
He definitely
he is an orange. Whatever.
He is. Yeah,
I don't know who she is or who he is, but whoever that was that hurt Tyler.
Well, apparently, I know that his mom was, I guess, was a stepdad or something, was abusive. So yeah, there's definitely some trauma. There's definitely some trauma that he's working through. Shout out to him though. Dude slept in a car and now living life George and Wheezy. Yeah, I mean he employs a lot of people. So I mean,
Marvel shoots their movies at Tyler Perry's lot.
Yes,
like Tyler Perry went from sleeping in his car to Marvel coming to him, Disney coming in. Like, please, sir, can we use your lot to record? May I please have another? Yo, shout out to
we know you have homes. Like literally, there are homes on the lot that when he's shooting, like during the height of the pandemic, the people would go there to shoot. They would stay in the homes on the lot just to be safe. So shout out to him. I'm not a bit. I do like Medea. I've only watched a few Medea movies, and I got Medea on Waze a couple years ago, but I wanted her to swear, and she didn't swear. So
listen, I remember when Medea was on VHS, and you had to get it from the bootleg dude in order to see the plays. That's right before Medea was on TV, when it was just like somebody recording that shit in the theater when he was doing his plays. Right, so
yeah,
big shot. Yeah,
so who's mine is so Donald Glover is definitely scary. I thought you were gonna say Jordan Peele or Donald Glover.
No, I like because we got to look at these shows where, like you said, they're all written, produced by the same person.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Donald Glover and Tyler Perry. Like Donald Glover's mind is crazy. Like because the show, if you don't watch ATL, if you don't watch it,
please start.
Atlanta this season
is
completely. It is like Black Mirror meets The Hood. Because like some of the episodes are so like
they're so
you don't even see it coming. You're like, where the dude was like, the white boy was like, what's up? He turned into a fuck boy, and he was like, I'm just
name 6 things Then go with Hennessy.
Oh my gosh, yo, shout out to Kevin Samuels for doing his thing.
I didn't
R.I.P.
know
to
who
the
he was.
God.
I
Like
didn't know
Kevin
who he
Samuels.
was. I was watching it on Friday and I was like, that guy looks familiar. And
Yeah.
then I was talking to a friend on Saturday and she mentioned him. She said he passed away. She was like, oh, because I said, hey, have you talked to so and so? And she was like, no, I almost called him when I saw the Kevin Samuels pass away. I said, who's Kevin Samuels? He said, oh, he was an influencer. And I Googled him and I was like, that's the dude that was on Atlanta. I literally
Yo,
just watched that yesterday.
hilarious. That little
So
panel that they had
that
was
panel
so
was
funny, bro.
hilarious. I called Shane on Friday. I was like, are you guys caught up on Atlanta yet? Because I need to talk to somebody.
Yo, this shit was
Name
so
6
funny, man.
things that
That
go
go
with
with
Hennessy.
Hennessy. Man, he started naming fruit. He was like pineapple.
They're like, I think you're just making stuff up now.
He was like rum, and then the dude was like, you know what, rum could work.
Then he said ice. His
Ice.
last one was ice.
Oh my gosh, yo, that shit was funny, right?
Oh
That whole
gosh.
episode was hilarious.
Oh
right?
gosh. Oh gosh. Oh
All right.
gosh.
So,
anyway.
we gonna spend some time talking about Atlanta.
Okay,
At some point in time.
we
That
are.
shit is great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Union Pacific, they say that again, even though same thing, you have great competitive salaries. The work-life balance is horrible.
Okay.
Only 12% of the employees would ever recommend anyone ever coming to work for the organization. Now, one of the things that probably, I guess they were trying to help the thought process behind the leadership of the company was leadership asked the executives to take a 25% pay cut.
Pay cut?
Yeah.
25%?
But the employees weren't impressed by that. Like it was to try to help to try to offset furloughs that were going to happen. But the employees didn't care about that. Because senior management still received some of the lowest of the company's extremely low scores was directed towards senior management. So yeah, Union Pacific, they pay well, but they ain't shit, according to the employees.
Allegedly. I have no more coins.
So that is the list of the worst companies, top 10 worst ranked companies on Glassdoor. Right. Yeah, worst ranked companies on Glassdoor. Right. So, take that information, do with it what you will. I think we should do the opposite. We should do the best ranked companies on Glassdoor.
Yes, I was just yeah.
We'll do that. We can do that next week. We'll do
because we've already done the best companies to work for. So
the best.
Yeah, according to Forbes. Yeah. So if we look at who has the best ratings, but no matter what, I guess what the takeaway here is to check Glassdoor.
Check Glassdoor.
Yeah.
Because work-life balance is important. You want to know that the company you work for is going to care about you as a person. Mm-hmm. So check Glassdoor, see what the employees are saying, because these are people who actually work in the company,
right?
Telling you what's happening inside the company.
They all can't be bitter. You know what I mean? Some, one person says it, it's like okay, 2-3 people.
Listen, if you keep getting broken up with, at some point in time, it ain't everybody else.
Yeah,
you need to go see a therapist.
Yeah, sometimes you have to look in the mirror. Look at the man in the mirror.
Sometimes you the toxic one. Sometimes you the problem.
Yeah, that's already. Yeah, we already said we're going to talk about that, especially in interviewing. Yeah.
If you're not getting on the job, everybody can't be biased. Everybody
because this market, literally, we know, Shane, that when we look at people, we are so happy. They're like, it's like a Christmas present. You're like,
if you apply to the job, you're like,
exactly. Yeah. And
so you can't, just show up.
It's yours to lose. It's yours to lose.
I tell people that all the time. Once you get to an interview with the hiring manager, bro, you are like going around the home stretch.
Yep.
It is yours to. You can fumble the bag at this point.
Yep.
All you got to do is present yourself well, speak clearly, don't say any wild shit, and you good. Like you good. You good, man. Like, oh man, I remember this one candidate lost an opportunity, and she was the leading candidate because during her interview, she was attempting to build rapport with the hiring manager, but she started asking him personal questions like, "Hey, so what do you like to do? Are you married? How long you been married?"
She thought she was in Europe.
And so the manager was like, "Is she like coming at me kind of?" And he was like, it made me very uncomfortable, and he didn't want to move forward with her or whatever, right? Well, and I knew she was just trying to build rapport, but she did it poorly, and it cost her the job. Yeah, she
answered the question.
Answer the question. Have a couple follow-up questions to ask. We talked about this before. We gave you all this before. What to do in the interview? Like, just it's yours to fumble.
Yeah, it is. It is. Hey, who's up? Who's in your locket?
Oh man, that's the wife.
Oh, is it? It's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
pretty.
got this done. I like
It's
jewelry,
so
and so
pretty.
I was like,
You like
ooh.
cologne. You like so we. If anybody wants any gifts ideas for for
Listen, shout
Shane,
out to me. I am the best
shout
gift
out
giver.
to me.
Shout out to me. I am
You
the
sound like
best gift
Snoop. I
giver.
want, and last of all, I want to thank me.
Let me tell you, a random gift. Not even a gift. So my wife, like every all wonderful queen, like black women, she wears bonnets to bed.
Hmm.
And
I wear a scarf.
wearing her bonnet, one night she was like, "Oh my gosh, like I have to go all the way over there to get my bonnet to put it on, and I'll feel like
Across
it."
the room.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so she
that
was like, "I wish I just had a bonnet right here." So what I did was I bought her two little like baskets, and then I
okay.
bought like 8 bonnets and put 4 in each basket and put it right next to the bed,
Uh,
so she can just reach up and grab a new bonnet wherever she's at, put on in bed.
that is hilarious. You know what? I lost my scarf, and I lost my favorite scarf in the house. I don't know what happened to the scarf. I don't know if when I changed the sheets, if it got
Yeah,
well, I washed the sheets and folded them. I still have not found my scarf. And my daughter gave me like a kind of scarf, but I like the ones you put on. I like to tie it down because my hair
yeah,
gets poofy.
yeah.
And but if you put a bun on, that doesn't stop it from getting poofy. It just
Right.
protects it. So
Yeah, well, my
anyway.
wife has locks, so
Yeah, so she
she
needs
just
something
put on the
she's
bonnet,
tucked.
most
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
So
Ariel always wore bonnets because she always had braids or goddess locks or something. So anyway, all the ways to follow us.
you can follow us on IG. You
Yes.
can follow us on the TikTok.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to Beanie for
On
getting the most
on the
views on our
Facebook.
IG reel page.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Beanie killing it. Like, yo, and all Beanie doing is looking out the window. God
I
damn, man.
know.
Like,
He's just I'm like he's just looking out the window.
oh my
Oh,
gosh.
I
So
I did another one of him, but I didn't put it I don't think I shared it on IG. I think
IG.
I put it on. Yeah. So
So yeah, so we
the
have
Facebook.
TikTok, we have the Facebook
Yeah.
to go around. And then you can listen to us on Spotify, you can listen to us on Anchor, you can listen to us on
Apple.
Apple,
Yeah, Apple Podcast
hmm
and Amazon Music.
and the Twit too. The Twitter. We're on the Twitter as
Twitter.
well. We're
We
on the
on
Twitter.
Twitter.
We're on Twitter.
And you can watch if you want to look at us.
Oh, the
Um,
tube.
you can go to YouTube. That's what this is. This goes to YouTube. And actually on Anchor, you can watch podcasts as well. A lot of our listeners, or at least a lot of our close friends who are listeners, like listen to the podcast in the car. My girlfriend told me I got a new car. She was so excited she got a new car. She said because
Hey,
she won't watch, she won't listen at home. I said, but girl, you can watch us because she loves TikTok. I said, well, you can watch us on YouTube. Oh, I didn't know that. So
yeah, so you can watch us on YouTube.
Karen Looney listens to us in his car. So
Shout up to Karen.
Jason Cardozo listens to us on Thursdays during his workout.
Shout out to Jason. Shout out to my wife who got mad that we didn't have one. She wants us to post more often because she listened to us and she's like, "When's your next one coming out?" I'm like, "In a week." And she's like,
I know. That is
"Yeah."
oh, but talk about what this and then we'll let you guys go. But what did we talk about? Um the subscription thing where people can participate. Remember that you go on, you said, and people can listen and can they pay a subscription and they can participate in the
Oh,
conversation.
in Patron.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing that, right? Having live discussions where people can join in and you can chat with us and get our thoughts and ideas on things as
We
well.
could, we could do that on Facebook Live too.
We can do that.
Yeah.
We can start it like an OnlyFans, right?
OnlyFans
So
for
a lot of
recruiters.
people think OnlyFans are just for like sexually explicit things. It's not. Like OnlyFans was designed for just like for fans of whatever, right? Like so we can like do like I was gonna say like a more like unregulated version of this show on OnlyFans.
What would
like,
that? I don't know if I could
what
do
would
that.
that look like? Yeah, and that we'd be naming names. We'd be naming hiring manager names. We'd be naming like company names.
Showing the receipts.
We'd be spilling the tea.
Like,
OnlyFans.
look, so and so
that works here and here.
You ain't hear from me.
Yeah.
That
So
is
that
so
may
funny.
that
That
may
would
be
be
one, right?
hilarious.
We just start spilling hella tea, dropping receipts, showing
Right.
emails, like we just
Oh my gosh. People be like, oh wow. That's
like
so funny.
exactly. So anyway, so
Well, thank you for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks,
thanks for being
Shane,
my
for being I
cohort
know.
in
Thank you, my
chaos.
friend. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Peace.